Hello, children. Topic for today is the best Christmas present in the world, part 2. As you watched in the previous video, that the narrator bought a roll top desk from a junk shop in Bridgeport. It was totally jammed, destroyed. Both fire and water had clearly taken their toll on the desk. But the narrator, he tried to mend it, he tried to repair it properly on the Christmas Eve. He opened all the drawers, but the last drawer was difficult to open, and he saw that there was an envelope in that drawer. As it was not right to check the letter, but now the drawer was his, so due to curiosity, he opened the envelope and he found that there was a letter. A letter that was written by Jim McPherson to his wife during war. One of the Germans was waving a bottle above his head. It is Christmas Day, Tommy. We have schnapps. Schnapps is a German drink which the German soldier offered to the British soldier. Who is British soldier? Yes, Jim McPherson. We have sausages. We meet you? Yes. By this time, there were dozens of them walking towards us across no man's land, and not a rifle between them. You must have watched this in the video. Little Private Morris was the first up. Come on, boys, what are we waiting for? And then there was no stopping them. I was the officer, I was the leader. I could have stopped them there and then because we were enemy army, I suppose. But the truth is that it never even occurred to me I should. So I didn't say anything to anyone. All along their line and ours, I could see men walking slowly towards one another, grey coats, khaki coats, meeting in the middle. And I was one of them. I was part of this congregation. In the middle of the war, we were making peace. You cannot imagine, dearest Connie, my feelings as I looked into the eyes of the German officer, Fritz officer, who approached me hand outstretched. Hans Wolf, he said. What was the name of German officer? Yes, Hans Wolf, gripping my hand warmly and holding it. I'm from Dusseldorf. I played the cello in the orchestra. Happy Christmas. The German soldier told about himself that he belonged to Dusseldorf, a city in Germany, and he wished Merry Christmas to British soldier Captain Jim McPherson. And I was also not quiet. I also introduced myself and I wished him Merry Christmas as well. I told him that I was a school teacher. Who is I here? Yes, Jim McPherson. And I told him that I belong to Dorset, a city in the west of England. Ah, Dorset, he smiled. I know this place. I know it very well. We shared my rum ration, a drink, and his excellent sausages. And we talked and talked, Connie. How we talked with each other. It was as if we knew each other for so long. He spoke almost perfect English, although he was a German, but he spoke perfect English. But it turned out that he had never set foot in Dorset. I came to know that he never came to England. He had learnt all he knew of England from school and from reading books in English. His favorite writer was Thomas Hardy. Who was Thomas Hardy? A writer. And his favorite book was Far From Madding Crowd. So, out there in no man's land, we talked of Bathsheba and Gabriel Oak. the characters from the story Far From Madding Crowd, and Sergeant Troy, and of course Dorset, the city of England. He had a wife and a son. He told about his family that he had a wife and a son born just 6 months ago. Such a cute little one. As I looked about me, there were huddles of khaki and grey everywhere. I saw that both the armies joined together, married together, and played together all over no man's land, smoking, laughing, talking, drinking, and eating. Hans Wolf said, and I shared what was left of your wonderful Christmas cake. I offered him the wonderful Christmas cake that you had given it to me. He thought the marzipan was the best he had ever tasted. Marzipan is the ingredient that is included, that is baked in the cake. We agreed about everything. We talked for so long, but he was my enemy, I guess. There never was a Christmas party like it. We were from different armies, but we had one of the best Christmas parties ever. Then someone, I don't know who, brought out a football. Great coats were dumped in piles to make goal posts. And they made goal posts, and the next thing we knew it was Tommy against Fritz. They are going to have match out in the middle of no man's land. Hans Wolf and I looked on and cheered, clapping our hands and stamping our feet to keep out the cold as much as anything. There was a moment when I noticed our breaths mingling in air between us, means we were rejoicing together. He saw it too and smiled. Jim MacPherson, I think this is how we should resolve this war. There is no war required. We can only resolve war by playing, by having matches. A football match. No one dies in football match. No children are orphaned. No wives become widows. Such a constructive idea. Yes, I would prefer cricket, I told him. Yeah, because Germans they are good at football while British they are good at cricket. Then we Tommies could be sure of winning probably. We laughed at that and together we watched the game. Sad to say, Connie, Fritz won. Of course, Germans would win. 2 goals to 1. But as Hans Wolf generously said, our goal was wider than theirs, so it wasn't quite fair. So they had a great time together. The time came, and all too soon, when the game was finished. The schnapps and the rum and the sausages had long since run out. Everything was over, and we knew it was all over. I wished Hans well and told him I hoped he would see his family again soon, that the fighting would end and we would all go home. I think that is what every soldier wants. No one wants war. That's a bitter fact, but sad truth is that we have to be careful, and there are some situations, some circumstances where the war follows. Do you agree? He saluted and walked away from me slowly and unwillingly, I felt. He turned to wave just once and then became one of the hundreds grey coated men drifting back towards their trenches, towards their digs. That night, back in our dugouts, we heard them singing a carol, singing it quite beautifully. It was still night, silent night. Our boys gave them rousing chorus of Wild Shepherd's Watch. These are the songs that they hummed. We exchanged carols for a while, and then we all fell silent. We had our time of peace and goodwill, a time I still treasure as long as I live. It was a great Christmas party, great time amidst the war. Dearest Connie, By Christmas time next year, this war will be nothing but a distant and terrible memory. I know from all that happened today how much both armies long for peace. Nobody wants war, I say again. We shall be together again soon, I am sure of it. Did Jim MacPherson meet his wife? Think about it. Part 2 over. Meet you in the next video.